All right, here goes our extra one. If you want, I have 2 extra ones. I'm going to punch them out pretty quick, so feel free to put me on like 0.5 speed, okay? So this is supplementary to problem 2. We need to we need to solve for x, so the first thing we're going to do is get rid of the 1 by subtracting 1. So that's going to, and we're working on the outside in. Everything else just carries down, okay? Now we're going to divide both sides by this outside 3. Okay, and that's going to give us x plus 1 cubed. It's going to equal 8. And then we need to get rid of the outside 5th root. Well, to undo a 5th root, we have to take it to the 5th power. Oh, crud. That's a large number. Definitely going to need my calculator for this. Okay, big number, 3, 2, 7, 6, 8. I also feel like I'm going blind using this green, so we're definitely going to change to purple. Okay. That looks good. Now we got to get rid of this outside cube. Well, that means to do the cube root. So I'm going to do the cube root, so the cube cancels. Cube root. That's going to give me x plus 1 over here. And what is the cube root? And I don't think this cheap calculator will let me do that. Oh, it will. Good. Wasn't sure if it would or not. Good. Cube root of 3, 2, 7, 6, 8. Good. Is a perfect 32. And you do not use plus or minus because this was an odd root. Odd, so no plus or minus. Minus 1, x is 31. I'm going to go double check that in. Right here. I'm just going to use my calculator since it's here. And you don't have to check it again. There's only one answer, silly me. So 33 times, okay, 31 plus 1 to the 2/3. It's not 12. When did I do wrong? Oh, because it wasn't 2/3. Oh, Amy, Kathleen, and Jelly. I just realized my check was wrong. This is not the check. I should be using it for that right there. So it's 3, and then we do the 5th root of 31 plus 3. Oh, 31 plus 1 cubed plus 1 equal 25. I do kind of have my cheap little calculator here, so I might have to pull up Desmos. Feel free to fast forward if you're seeing me struggle too long. Let's see, will Desmos let me do that? 3, 5th root. Is there a 5th root anywhere? Nope. Oh, I guess, let's see what I'm going to do. I don't have my good calculator on me. It's I can still do this. It's just ugly. 32 cubed. I can put that cube out there. I'm actually going to do 3. I can apply this. I can do that first. That's 2. And then I'll cube that answer. Okay, that's fine. I can do it that way. And there it is. You get 24 plus 1 is 25. So it does check back in. But your good calculators will be able to check that faster. All right, last one, promise. And this is, again, this is optional. It's just there if you want. What's up? Okay. You want to say hi again? I don't think anybody's watching this problem. Because it's optional.
Oh, probably not.
They should probably come tell me if they do. And I'll give them a piece of candy.
Whoa.
Or gum.
Whoa.
Okay, hardest one. Do you want to see if you can solve it? I'd be really impressed if you could. Your goal is to get the hardest square root by itself. So how would you move this square root to the other side?
The one that you just highlighted?
No, that's the difficult one. You want to move that one to the other side.
Okay, so add square root of x to each side. Okay.
What would you get as a result?
So square root of 2x plus 1 equals 1 plus square root of x.
Okay. And do you know what gets rid of a square root?
You gotta square it.
Okay. What does that? Let's do that side. What's that side become?
That becomes what? 4x squared
Actually,
plus 4.
just comes 2x plus 1. They just
Oh, that's
isn't
right.
that
Yeah,
kind
you
of
get
fun?
rid of the square root sign.
Now we have to square this, meaning we have to write it twice. I'm gonna write it twice for them so they can see the distribution. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hardest thing. There goes the dog. Okay, can you distribute that to that?
1.
Can you distribute that to that?
X square root of x.
Mm-hmm. That to that.
Square root of x.
Mm-hmm. And that to that.
X.
Yeah. They might need you to say square root of x squared on that, but you're right, that's just
Square root of x
X.
squared.
is just x. Okay, and then what did these two join up to be?
2 squares of x.
Mm-hmm. And that still equals 2x plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now the next thing I need to do is get this by itself. So how do you move this? We also have to get the x square roots by themselves. How do you move this?
Yeah, subtract x.
And how do you move that?
Subtract 1.
Okay. What do you get on the left?
You get x equals 2 square roots of x.
Okay, now they could divide by 2 to get the square root by itself, but what we're going to do, because it gets a fraction, I would just tell them at this point, now that this term is by itself, there's no like anything here or anything there. What do you think you do to both sides?
What do you do? Square both sides?
Mm-hmm. Okay, what's this side squared on the
X
left?
squared.
Okay, quadratic. Okay, what, now you can't, because this is like a multiplication problem, you can distribute your squares. So what would that be?
4 x.
Mm-hmm. Because 2 squared is 4 and the square root of x squared is x. All right, now this is a quadratic. Set it equal to 0. So how do you set it equal to 0?
X squared subtract 4x. So x
Mhm.
squared minus 4x
Sorry.
equals 0.
Ah, you said it right and I wrote it wrong. The children are coming. The children are coming. Okay. X squared minus 4x equals 0. Now they could factor that. They could pull out x and fact, or they can do negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. C is 0. That might be hard. All over 2a. 2a. 4 plus or minus 16 minus 0 is just 16. That's 4 plus or minus, what's the square root of 16?
4.
And then 4 plus 4 is
8.
over, what are we
2.
doing? 2 is,
4.
and subtract.
0.
Over 2.
0.
Okay, so those are your x values. And then they should, all of this should be from chapter 4, so that's why I did fly through it. That should be like a foundational knowledge. We do have to check that. 4 and 0 have to get checked in to that equation right there. Okay, so the equation was 2x plus 1. What are they doing? Okay, we have to check in 4 and 0. Can you check in 4 with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 2 times 4 plus
8.
1
That's 9.
minus the square root of 4. Okay, so 2 times, you said this is 9
Mm-hmm.
minus the square root of 4. Whoopsie. So that's 3 minus,
2.
which is,
1.
so 4 is an answer.
Yeah, 1 equals 1. How about that?
Now it's time to check. What was our other answer? 0?
0.
Okay, so delete, 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 delete. Okay, 2 times 0 is,
0.
plus 1 is,
1.
minus the square root of 0.
0.
Oh, is that 1 minus 0? And we get 1?
Mm-hmm.
Usually only one of them are an answer. Whoa, that is actually semi-unusual for both of them to be an answer, but we did it right. We didn't do anything wrong.
The square root of 0 is 0.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're both answers. Okay, cool. That was the end of it. Thank you. So our goal is to solve for x. Oh my goodness, look at that.